champion's going to get 2.5 million USD, which is 19.6 million Hong Kong dollars. Steve Dwyer finishes 7th. Manig Lozer is in 8th. And Dietrich Fast in 9th place. New blinds, 100,000 for 15,000 ante. 26 big blind average. So we should see some bust outs on this level. Alright, so action's underway. The buy-in is about 127,000 US dollars. Saltmeyer is going to raise King 6 of spades. He was a chip leader before, but he's actually only has like 33 big blinds, so he can't really splash around too hard. Ivan Leo is going to lay down to Jack 7 offsuit.
Even to just pick up the blinds is now like really valuable, huh?
Yes, that's what I'm celebrating. And first hand after the break is always the most important one. There you can figure out how the level will go. It's time to steal the blinds once every orbit and watch the others busting.
So Bodziakowski of Ace-Jack offsuit. He's going to make the raise to 210,000. So 9-8 offsuit in the big blind. He's got 22 big blinds. Most player will defend this. So Jenton's going to come along.
Yeah, stack's getting pretty short now.
So actually, Jenton picks up a up and down straight draw. He's got a 47% chance to win. Bodziakowski of Ace-Jack high.
Yeah, if you defend the big blind with 9-8 and see this flop, this is really what you want to see. You're happy to check shove here.
You can really move your opponents off of better hands. So if Bodziakowski bets this flop, it's going to be probably just have to fold to any resistance.
I think we'll see Bodziakowski bet small here.
He's been doing that lately, betting around like 180,000. We'll see what he opts to bet. 175.
175, and I imagine we will see a check raise here from Jenton, although facing that bet size, it makes it kind of dicey.
I mean, both options are going to be fine. Just depends on how wide he thinks Bodziakowski is continuation betting. If he thinks Bodziakowski will continuation bet like his whole range on his flop, then check raising becomes a much nicer option.
The question is, do you want to check raise a size that commits yourself, or would you check raise a size that looks really strong? He doesn't check raise. He chooses to just call here.
Turns an ace, so he does let Bodziakowski pick up a hand that he will not be folding. So that's one of the bad parts about slow, like not fast playing your draws, when you could just win them on the flop.
375.
375. But
375, I imagine we're going to see Jeton call again. However, I wouldn't be shocked to see him shove. There are 2 flush draws on the board, so he may choose to just call with his up and down straight combo here.
I don't really like shoving. I feel like you look like you have a draw most of the time, so it's easier for your opponent to just like call here. It seems like a tough spot out of position. He's actually going to lay it down, I think.
Wow,
I hope it's 9 high.
I don't like that fold at all.
Well, he only had 16%. Badziakowski's going to win that pot.
Yeah. Short deck starts.
So that's correct. I think Sontmeyer
Okay, let's just flip.
said that the short deck event has started.
Yeah.
Makita played that event. I don't know if Sontheimer plays short deck.
And I can enjoy it. Beach, sunny out there, it's great.
There's the other option, like the guys that want to play short deck are flipping and you just waiting. Oh. I assume you're gonna like that, huh?
Our guys were now going to high card for the water table number 1 for the short deck event.
$210, right? Fold. Fold.
See, you do fold the big blind. He said, see, you do fold the big blind.
You can see. I'm a weak player, so I'm folding big blind, but Stefan is supposed to be defending 100%, right?
I even fold the hand that can flop it straight. Hurts.
So as we can see, chip stacks here, Rui Cow with the chip lead, about 4.4 million chips here. Stefan Sontheimer right behind him, and then Mikita Badiakowski. Chan back to the short stack. Chan plays a very good short stack, very comfortable in that 10 to 20 big blind range. There is a little bit of separation between Chan and the next shorter stack, so Ivan Leo and Peter Jeton are hoping that Chan will be all in and put to risk before they put their chips all in. It could be part of the reason why we saw some relatively conservative play by Jeton in that last hand after having flopped the up and down straight draw.
What you have now? I have 3.1, 3175, 3.2, 3240.
3.4 total.
Okay.
I won't bust that hand.
What to jinx?
I can't bust that hand.
No, but you don't have much left if you lose.
All in?
Uh-oh.
Nope.
So
Peter Jeton moves all in for 18
that
big
sure makes an
blinds.
easy decision.
I think I would have opened my button.
Deuce.
Well, both options are viable. Who's the short stack right now?
Chan with
Chan's
10
a
big
short
blinds.
Yeah, I think actually shoving is
I think
the
I
superior
need to
play
look at the
here.
second card.
You just don't want to get in confrontations where you have to get all in based on the ICM.
I can put him on
If
deuces and
Chan
just-
was like
spike
a
call.
normal stack, then sure, raise it up. But I think shoving is the standard play.
It just seems like when you shove there, you get all worse aces to fold and only better aces to call. But when you
That is
raise and
true.
call a shove, then sometimes you're going to be in really good shape all in.
Yeah, but I mean, the way people have been playing, I haven't seen anyone reshove like ace 4 offsuit yet. you know, against these stacks with when they're at risk or like going to be at risk if they bust and, you know, lose that hand. But I certainly understand why you would want to raise, just to kind of give your opponents an opportunity to put, you know, some bad chips in there. Badziakowski now Jack 9 of hearts on the button. It's going to open this pot up, trying to get some blinds and antes. It is 6-handed now, so the blinds and antes are important to steal, otherwise you'll blind out a lot quicker.
Well, we did not see a raise, just a call from Badziakowski.
I have like 3.2.
Yeah, 3,175 maybe.
Interesting. We've been seeing Kamita Badziakowski call quite a bit pre-flop here at this final table. And that is the flop you want to see when you enter the pot with Jack 9 of hearts. Kamita Badziakowski flopping a flush. And he checks back the flop deceptively here. Trying to trap Rui Cow.
Actually gets Rui Cow to bet with just a 10-high flush draw. So Badziakowski's check back paying off.
Rui Cow likely assumes that his gut shot is good as well. River card is a jack, so no help for Rui, but what he's thinking is, my opponent limped the button, called the lead on the turn.
He's actually going to bet again, trying to move Badziakowski off of like a king-queen type hand. Maybe a weak ace. Seems pretty confident in betting this too.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to bet large here.
No,
wow.
he checks.
He thinks better of it and checks.
Well, he looked very confident in betting those chips. Good thing he just thought about it and was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. So Badziakowski needs to think, what hand would look like he's trying to bet and then check? I would most certainly expect the jack to bet the river.
500,000.
He's going to bet 500. And then Rui just snap folds. So guess it wasn't worth discussing too much more.
Value betting and snap folding.
You bet for it or check for, right?
It's probably the first time I'm covering you for a long time. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Before if I bet big.
Now I'm the guy who's folding.
Maybe I had 8 high and was folding to even 100. Maybe I had nuts.
Pocket jacks there. Or
Eight high,
pocket
pretty
kings.
hard now. It's 8 of hard.
So now the blinds are 50, 100,000. Badziakowski with pocket sixes, been grinding this 3 to 3.5 million stack. Observing all the other stacks. I don't really think it matters what the opponents have. He's still going to raise. But I do know that Badziakowski really likes to use the maximum amount of time on a shot clock. I think it's kind of to balance his timings when he actually needs to make a decision.
This is a large raise here.
Yeah, it
and
makes it 3x.
yeah, Rui Cal with ace-jack offsuit in the small blind. If I know Rui, I don't think he's going to let this one go.
Well,
I think he might want to 3-bet this hand.
what I'll be thinking from Rui's position is, why did Badziakowski make it 3x all of a sudden? So he is going to reach for re-raising chips.
Yeah, I like this play here by Rui Cal, putting on pressure.
Very nice play. What I would be thinking is...
750,000 though, that's really small.
Yeah, a little bit small. I would like 850 at least.
I mean, for 750,000, Kamita Badziakowski is calling with all of the pocket pairs with which he's opening. I imagine he's going to call with the pocket sixes here. If Rui had made it 900,000,
Yep.
while it is a standard call here with pocket sixes, with the ICM considerations and everything, Badziakowski may have considered folding.
So Badziakowski, he's got position. Try to raise Chan's big blind to 3x. I guess maybe Rui read into, why would you make it so big? But he's still going to make the call here at pocket sixes. So the two bigger stacks at the table playing a 1.7 million chip pot right now.
Huge pot.
Let out some steam. He flops
Wow.
a set of sixes. Rui Cal is in trouble.
Disaster flop for Rui Cal.
So let's see if he bets. He is going to bet, so he's going to lose a lot of chips. Badziakowski needs to just call here in position. If he raises, he lets his opponent get away from a big hand, or also get away with his bluffs.
Yeah, he's good enough to know he needs to just call here. Let your opponent keep bluffing when he has air.
There's no flush draws to be scared of. Badziakowski likely to just time down to 30 seconds and make the call. All right, Rui thinks he's got the best hand, so he does make the call.
Yeah, if Badziakowski had ace-king, he probably would have gone all-in pre-flop. Ace-queen is a possible hand that beats Rui Cal here.
Rui, we'll love to see him slow down. Try to see what happens. So he does check. Badziakowski unlikely to slow down. There's a 7-6-4. Just needs to start betting, try to get some value. He can represent a hand. Not too many bluffs, but I just feel like he needs to try to get value out of aces. Like ace jack, ace queen, ace 10.
It's a 1-to-1 pot to stack ratio here, and the hands with which Badziakowski should be bluffing in theory are hands like pocket
650.
eights.
Yeah, he doesn't need to bet too big. I like this bet. He still has 1.7 million chips behind, which would be at like less than a half pot bet on the river. There's no way Rui's going to fold to 650,000. He's going to check call and check the side. The river. Be an insane fold of ace jack. So he does make the call.
River cards an 8, so now a 5 makes a straight. That may help Rui if he thinks that Badziakowski had a hand like pocket 5s or ace 5 suited he was playing this way.
This could save Rui Cal here.
It's a very nitty check.
Wow!
Very nitty check.
Ace jack.
Badziakowski checks a river.
Shows him.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure why he checked.
Rui Cal's like, okay. Don't need to be put in a tough decision. Very, very, very nitty check.
Nice flop, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little slight needle there. Badziakowski's going to be the chip leader now, right?
Yeah, after winning that pot, Badziakowski is the chip leader. I picked him to win this thing, and my horse is doing well.
Yeah. Tournament not fun.
Kershin, reload, reload.
And he needed to. If Ruikao re-raised bigger pre-flop, probably could have got Badziakowski to fold. His smaller sizing might have ended up costing him that pot.
Yeah, it won't be cool.
Like, if he makes it like a million, I don't think Badziakowski's going to call there. Pocket sixes.
4, 5, 5.6.
Yeah, if I were Kamita Badziakowski there, I would have bet very small, maybe like 15% the size of the pot. You just have so few bluffs in that spot, but your hand is so strong.
Yeah, and the thing is, I would be thinking is that since Ruikao checked the turn, the chance of him having a backdoor flush draw is a bit less likely because a lot of people, when they re-raise and they turn a backdoor flush draw, will just bet again on the turn or just shove all in. So I would have put, you know, Ruikao hitting the backdoor flush a little bit less likely. I guess he was just scared of a random hand that Ruikao 3-bet that had a 5. But it just seems unlikely. But
yeah,
anyways.
he might have been a little afraid of top set as well.
850.
Especially considering Ruikao's 3-bet size pre-flop.
So Badziakowski needs to call 670,000 more chips here. If he could see Chan's hand, he would make the call, but he doesn't know. Chan's got a little pair.
Yeah, the math here is very similar earlier to when Sontheimer raised the King 7 of spades and got shoved on by Chan. We saw Sontheimer quickly call. We ran the numbers on that one and figured out that it was actually really close with Chan's expected shoving range. This one likely very close as well. Badziakowski lets it go.
Everyone else is like, please, can you just call?
Worse than my King 7. Worse than my King 7 suited.
So two different theories. As you see, Stefan Sontheimer thinks it's a call because he was snap calling King 7 suited. But Badziakowski with a better hand in King 7 suited actually folds.
Yeah, I actually still have that hand up, and against the shoving range of Chan that we had expected, King 7 suited actually does have better equity than King 9 offsuit.
Start of my career, I was lucky. The UK went through every single time. For a long time, I had even UK flag on hand and mob. That looked great.
So Badziakowski is current chip leader. 5.4 million chips.
All in.
It's just a great move.
Chan takes down that pot.
而家而家我哋請一個有 hand 嘅上身啊！尋晚阿榮少依家係咩上身？而家係你上身至得下嘅。呢條歌，呢條歌，呢條歌。你講今晚你要咁又攞冠軍嗰邊，你今朝講咗交俾我翻嚟。我突然之間做咗我最大股東嘅。你幾多我哋？真係。
Yeah, 3.2, 3.3.
2 something, 2.170.
You are a big blind? Yeah, okay. Time for some respect.
So Sontheimer of Ace-Jack offsuit. It's gonna open this one up. Wow, he folds under the gun. That is a very tight fold.
Yeah, I'm shocked to see him fold there.
I think given the way it's been playing too, actually the big stacks haven't been re-raising players. So I would have been happier raising ace-jack because people just don't really re-raise right now based on what we've seen. But,
Yeah, I'm not sure what Sontheimer was thinking when he folded there.
well, Ivan Leo is going to shove all in with ace-deuce offsuit on the dealer button.
15 big blinds.
Jetton, the small blind's got ace-10.
You like the shove here, Nana, with ace deuce?
I'm not loving it.
raise 我3打才 call， 下不来 A64 才对6。
But ace-10 probably needs to be a call here against most button shoves. Isn't Ivan shoving so many worse aces like ace-9, ace-8, king-queen, king-jack? Ace-10 seems like a slam dunk.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Jetton fold here.
Yeah, Sontmeyer folded the best hand of ace-jack. So this hand, if Sontmeyer opened under the gun, Ivan would be folding, and this would be a completely different hand.
Fine.
So
Nope.
Jetton's all in of ace-10.
All out.
Ivan Leo needs to hit a deuce or try and chop this pot up, which happens 11% of the time, or he's going to be the 6th place finisher. $3.1 million chips in there. Richard Young on the rail. The deuce on the flop, but Jetton
还有红桃。
still has 77%. 48%. The turn's a jack. Oh my. 41% chance. Ivan can't look, and the river's a flush. Oh. He got tricked. I think his friend told Ivan he won the hand, gave him a high five. Ivan comes
You
over
remember Rosvadov?
to find out he's been eliminated.
That was sick.
Yeah, it was a heart on the river, and Peter Jetton got it in with the best of it. It was couldn't have been a much more interesting board run out than that one.
What a brutal thing to say to your friend who's just been eliminated. Hey, you won the hand. You didn't. Ivan's going to get 6th place. He played pretty well. Very aggressive player.
The roller coaster of
He wins
emotions within 1
2.8
second.
million Hong Kong dollars, winning 362,000 USD.
Huh?
Everyone is going to get a 120K US pay jump right now.
3.5, 3, 3.3, 3.6.
That was brutal. He told him he won and gave him a high five. He comes back,
I was supposed to
He was
win that
pretty
hand, but I
happy.
think this is better for me.
turns around. He didn't even want to see anyone anymore. He just left.
Huge fold here. Huge fold.
Yeah, so after running some math, the Nash equilibrium amount of big blinds that you can shove with is up to 19 on the button with ace-deuce offsuit, but of course with ICM considerations, may be different. I don't know. I think we'd see some players min-raise their button there. We'd see some players limp. We'd see some players
Not even
shove.
second
Others
chips
fold.
anymore.
Yeah, I
can
I
gamble,
think
gamble.
min-raising might be the worst option, though.
Goes so quick.
Anyways, Ace Queen's going to raise all in here. He's got
That was a sick
14
one.
big blinds.
Maybe I'm making 900K.
His hand's going to end soon.
Yeah, I think so.
I fold.
There was such an annoying spot for me on the river. Like I'm almost certain that I'm ahead, but at
Yeah,
the
but you
same
get
time,
the value, yeah.
Huh?
So the difference in payouts now are getting quite large.
You had
Fifth
like 90%
will get
of the time.
3.8 million Hong Kong dollars.
For like
Fourth
85%
will get
of the time.
5.5 million Hong
Just
Kong
having the
dollars.
call, that's-
That's a difference of
The jack on the river, huh?
217,000 US dollars.
Ooh,
That's a lot of money.
ooh la la.
You can
Ace.
buy into the €1 million cash game
Jack is the worst.
for about an extra 20 big blinds or so.
All in. GG.
Unlucky, GG.
On to the next hand.
You can just rip it, then I have easy decision.
Wojciechowski with king 9 of clubs on the button.
Last 9 seconds.
He just calls.
We've been seeing Wojciechowski limp often. I was wondering if it's because
I'm on.
he was a shorter stack.
Wow, look at this. Rui Cal shoves all in for 22 big blinds with ace-6 suited, correctly reading that Wojciechowski is going to limp some middling hands that can't call shove.
Pre-flop.
Probably. Maybe not.
It's good adjustment from Rui Cal there.
2 something, 2.3.
You know, some people are like, oh,
Yeah, more like 2.4
I don't have to call a raise, so I'll just say free
2.3,
flop.
50. A bit small.
5, okay.
It's so short. Is it always short like this? I never find unstable. No experience.
I mean, we already played 21 levels, so it was a long tournament. And today we're also playing like.
Very interesting
4
limp
levels
there
already.
by Wojciechowski.
We stopped at
Based on the
17.
way
Yeah.
Sontheimer was playing his big stack earlier, we may have seen a player like Sontheimer just move all in from the button there.
Well, if you do limp like hands like king 9 suited, jack 10 offsuit, 7-8 suits on a button, you need to limp at least some hands that can call a shove. So maybe you might want to choose like pocket aces or pocket kings. Jetton opens. Rui Cal calls with king queen of clubs in the small blind. Chan in the big blind, he's going to lay down to 7 deuce. So only 1-7 remaining. Jetton still ahead. Probably going. Everyone's been c-betting these boards. Just taking control of the hand.
Yeah, it's possible to get some value from ace high or a hand like pocket threes.
So, a little bet and next
Oh,
hand.
if I shove, I shove.
Nope.
Wait on TV.
Ace king before, huh? Ooh la la. Whew.
And big blind.
So ace 9 offsuit under the gun. He is the table chip leader. He is going to reach for chips. There's 5 players remaining. So it's going to make it min raise 200,000. So Jeton defends 10-7 offsuit. Doesn't flop anything. Everyone's been continuation betting these boards, so I would be surprised if Bodziakowski does not.
$175.
175.
So Jeton here, 10-7 offsuit. It's got to fold. We're going to get some new hands soon. Haven't really seen anyone make a check raise bluff play at all. This play has been pretty solid from everyone, but nothing too fancy. They are playing for a lot of money, so now it's not the time to try new tricks.
Yeah, not only at the final table, but throughout the course of this tournament, we haven't seen too many check raise bluffs in general.
Alright, so 9-8 offsuit into small blind. Everyone's been limping this hand. I think only O'Dwyer kind of deviated from limping the small blind with these kind of stacks. Gonna make the call. Bodziakowski, he did raise the queen 4 when Loser limped earlier. 10-9, I think. He might limp. You know, he might call. He does.
Yeah, he just checks. He may have considered a raise there just because Jeton has a stack where he doesn't really want to limp raise that much with his stack. And Jeton flopping an up and down straight draw again, a very similar board to the last time he had 8-9. We'll see if he plays it any differently this time.
So he's going to lead. This is a different dynamic given that it's a limp pot. He bets 175,000. So 175,000 going in there. Bodziakowski likely just to call in position. Raising just puts himself in a tough spot in case Jeton comes over the top. It's actually going to raise. It's a bit interesting. Slightly unconventional.
Yeah, I guess Bodziakowski doesn't really think that Jeton was trying to trap him pre-flop.
He's just trying to take control of the hand. He thinks he can maneuver pretty well. He probably doesn't actually expect Jeton to come over the top with a draw, given that they're playing about 3.5 million chips deep. So maybe he thinks he can charge some hands. Yeah, he is going to make the call here. So the turn will be interesting. Turn is a 4 and a flush gets there. Bodziakowski probably doesn't like that card because Jeton can easily have a flush now. I'm curious to see if he decides to bet or check. What do you think?
I imagine we'll see Kamita check back the turn here.
Last 10 seconds.
So Makita taking maximum time right now.
450.
Yeah, she bets 450,000.
450.
Wow.
He probably does realize his opponent has a lot of straight draws like 5, 6, 8, 9, Jack 8, Jack 9. He doesn't have a spade in his hand, so he doesn't really want to let a free card roll off. I imagine he's going to, after he bets his turn, he's going to insta-check all rivers that aren't a 10. Occasionally a 9 he'll probably bet again too.
Well, I think we're going to see Jet and fold here, and I like folding in this spot a whole lot more than the last one.
So I think that hand's over.
Ooh.
As you can see, Mikita Badziakowski continuing to add to his chip lead here. He has double the amount of chips as the person in second place, who's Sontheimer. Wai Leong Chan bringing up the rear as a short stack with about 15 big blinds. He plays very, very strong short stack poker. Peter Jetten neck and neck now with Sontheimer for that second place position. These players are competing for a grand prize of 19,618,000 Hong Kong dollars and change. Comes out to about 2.4 million US dollars up in that grand prize.
Good spot if I double against you. Good future EV, gamble. Sounds great.
Badziakowski and Sontheimer's got 2 premiums.
Yeah, look at these hands here.
Blind versus blind, and Jetten's the one that's going to be opening the pot. I think they're going to get it all in. Jetten's going to make it min-raise. Badziakowski's going to 3-bet, and Sontheimer's going to read that Badziakowski is making a move on Jetten because of stack situation. I think he's going to re-raise to about 700,000. Seems like you must shove ace-queen suited here, don't you think?
Yeah. I would imagine Badziakowski will make it a little smaller than 700,000.
Maybe like 650.
ICM pressure, I'd probably choose a size like 600.
So it makes it 650,000.
650, and now Sontheimer sees the ace-queen of hearts.
He's got to think he's got the best hand in a lot. He's going to think Badziakowski is 3-bet bluffing because Badziakowski is a chip leader, would put pressure on the middling stacks because there's people with like 10 and 15 big blinds roughly left. Seems like a classic shove. Sontheimer here came into this final table as a chip leader. Could potentially be at risk. He does shove. Jetten's going to fold. Badziakowski's going to snap call here.
Oh, I'm not happy about it, but I'm not getting away from it, it seems.
3,030,000.
3,030,000. I mean, look at these positions. I don't think you can fold it. Pocket jacks.
No way.
So everything
330. 303.
as expected so far.
So 2,030,000.
Oh, that's really annoying.
I'm not sure what Badziakowski is thinking about here. I mean,
I feel like he's wasting a time bank chip in this spot.
yeah, Sontheimer's going to show up with every combination of ace-king, so...
And he's going to show up with pocket 10s and 9s sometimes.
Possibly. Even if he doesn't, though, even if you're just facing a range of aces, kings, queens, and ace-king, I still feel like you have to call here. Just because of the combinatorically, the number of combos of ace-king.
Yeah, I don't think this is too close. I think Badziakowski might be overthinking it. Sometimes when you overthink hands, you kind of misplay them occasionally.
He requires 38% equity to make the call here.
And he's got 54% equity. So Wojciechowski might be going into his second time bank chip on his hand right now. He must be thinking about something else. He might think Sontheimer wouldn't shove ace-queen sometimes. But he has shove ace-queen because of the other short stacks.
Yeah, he requires 38% equity call, literally against a range of ace-king, pocket kings, pocket aces, and pocket queens. He's 36%.
So they are coin flipping.
So Baziakowski makes the call. Sontheimer at risk.
I thought you fold that.
It's tough to fold.
Good luck.
Sontheimer thought he would fold it?
But Rui Cal doesn't think so.
Not important pot.
So here comes the flop. 6-6-5, 2 clubs. Sontheimer needs an ace or a queen, or he's going to actually finish in 5th. 7 on the turn. Doesn't change anything.
Wow.
And Sontheimer is out in 5th place. He came into his final table as the chip leader. Finished right in the middle. Probably a bit disappointed. He's going to cash for 3.8 million Hong Kong dollars roughly, which is 483,000 USD. Everyone else has just gotten a $217,000 pay jump. So now everyone will be guaranteed 702,000 702,000 USD, 5.5 million Hong Kong dollars. There's the the chip leader that's got even more chips, 59% of all the chips in play out of the 4 players remaining. If they can survive one more place, you'll receive another 320,000 USD.
Yeah, Sontheimer played very, very well. He came in as the chip leader, and he just got in a spot there where it was a mandatory shove, in my opinion, in the big blind with the ace-queen suited. And his opponent just happened to have pocket jacks.
Well, Sontheimer did not claim 2 positions of payout, so don't worry, guys. He's good, but he's not that good to do that.
We have 1.7, 1.92 million. Okay. And there is 1.5.
All in?
All in.
So Chan's all in with pocket 4 is the next hand.
And Wai Leong Chan just slowly moving up the pay ladder. He plays his short stack very, very well. He's already guaranteed himself 5.5 million Hong Kong dollars.
Commanding lead. Half of the stack. Half of the chip. A bit more, you know.
Wai Leong Chan, other than Kamita Badziakowski, probably the happiest at the table to see Sontheimer bust that hand. Badziakowski up to almost 100 big blinds now, just shy of 10 million chips.
Now he's playing very solid right now. Jenton with ace-5 of diamonds. Final 4 players. He's going to open this one up.
Price 200,000.
With pocket 5s. So under the gun is actually the cutoff in this situation. Pocket 5s. I believe he's just going to call. Is there a chance he just moves all in? I don't know the other 2 stacks.
We saw a play like that from Steve O'Dwyer in the other tournament. I'd expect to see a call here.
I think all-in's a reasonable play, so he is going to shove
He
all
does
in.
go all in.
Just put the pressure on everyone. And Jen's going to have to fold here. I like this play.
Fold.
Mita Badziakowski with a commanding chip lead on this final table.
Two color up.
Close it out for me, buddy.
Pizza table.
Rui Cao now down to under 20 big blinds.
Can I have a color up?
Chan, Rui Cao, and Jeton all very, very similar stacks here. It creates a really interesting situation where Kamita Badziakowski can just kind of have his way with this table because there's so much ICM pressure for the remaining 4 players, especially because now that we're down to 4, pay jumps are very significant.
Yeah, but can we make color up now?
So he's got almost 10 million in chips. He's going to open this pot up.
Price 200,000. Fold.
Over the Chan of pocket fours.
想，但是要去
Seems like an easy
没办法
shove.
想是要想，不开
You
心
need to
但是要
chip
去
up.
了
The chip leader's raising. Yeah, he's going to shove.
开局太好了。
Yeah, especially with how wide Badziakowski is going to start opening with this situation.
Is it 1.5?
Five. 8.
Just a little bit of a slight Hollywood.
450. Okay, yeah, that's
Yep,
enough.
he's out.
What was it? 1.5?
Yeah.
4.
And with Chan winning that pot, he's neck and neck with Rui Cao for the short stack on the table. Chan with 18 big blinds, Rui Cao with 19. I believe Peter Jeton with 22 big blinds, so they're all very, very close. All wanting the other players to be all in and at risk of being eliminated before they are. Kamita requesting a color up here. Gonna get some more of these light pink chips in play.
Any page shuffle.
So average stack is 39 big blinds. Actually increased with the eliminations.
I'll take the other 0.5. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So Chan with pocket sixes on the button. Seems like an easy shove given his stack. So he does shove.
Price on land.
Badziakowski has ace-king suited.
Wow.
It's going to be a snap call. And it's going to be coin flipping to eliminate Chan.
All in call.
52% favorite for Chan. He's a dodge an ace or a king.
Not the hand Kamita wanted to see.
Wow, that's a nasty flop. Badziakowski hit any heart, an ace or a king to eliminate Chan right now. Turns a heart, so he's got the nut flush, and Chan's going to finish in 4th place. Very well done.
Wow.
Wow, he rivered a set of sixes for no reason. So Wai Long Chan,
Man, indeed.
one of the best in the Asia scene, finishes in 4th place for 5.5 million Hong Kong dollars,
I prefer to just
702,000 USD.
because then we can play short deck.
Yeah, and he can't be disappointed with that finish. Chan played very, very well, and he cashed in both no-limit tournaments that he entered in this series. I don't think he entered the short deck tournament, so he has a 100% cash rate in the Triton Poker Series, 2 for 2.
Nikita is like, hey, let's take a break. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy it.
And that Jack of Hearts on the turn, well, Kamita Badziakowski loved seeing that. It's quite possible that Rui Cao and Peter Jetten enjoyed it even more as they've now moved up in the pay scale.
2.4. Exactly.
Similar. And how much you have? No, never mind.
Yeah, so total is like 16 million.
He
So
has
yeah, it's
the
like 12 or
rest.
something.
And you have the rest.
So 3 players remaining.
Jetten and Rui are now guaranteed 8 million Hong Kong dollars here. The pay jump between 3rd place and 2nd place is about 5.2
Correct.
million Hong Kong dollars, and it's notable that the pay jump between 3rd and 2nd is actually comparable to the pay jump between 2nd and 1st. So if you're Jetten and you're Rui here, it's really important for you to outlast the other guy.
Well, in USD, that's about 650,000 more dollars. Jetten's all in with pocket 6s. So Makita trying to take home the trophy and be the main event champion here.
I think it's a really interesting ICM spot right now with Peter Jetten and Rui Cao having pretty similar stacks. Kamita Badziakowski can really just have his way with these 2 players.
Alright, so Makita has 11.3 million. Wow. 114 big blinds. The other 2 players combined have 44 big blinds. It's got the majority of the chips. We'll see if he can take it down, finish off this tournament.
And if you're Kamita here, are you playing 100% VPIP on your button?
It's okay to fold.
I'll let's just say it's very high percentage.
Stare at Rui a little bit. Don't worry about me.
So Badziakowski with King 10 of clubs.
Be a gentleman.
All in?
Shoves all in. I like this play. He's just making Rui have to fold so many hands, but he calls of ace king.
Wow. And Peter Jetten's going to love to see that. He's going to hate to see that Rui's ahead, but he's going to love to see that there's a 30% chance that he can ladder up to 2nd place money.
Oh, this has got to be a call for Rui's point of view.
Ace of clubs. First card from the flop.
Looking for a 10 to eliminate Rui Cao. Ace on the flop. Badziakowski down to 3%.
And it's going to require a miracle for Badziakowski to win here. He doesn't get it.
So this hand's going to be a double up for Rui Cao up to 3.7 million chips.
4, 1.4, 1.7.
Everyone is agreed, so.
Okay. 1775. Okay.
Okay.
20. 1 million, 1775.
Yeah. 1.5. 1.7. 75.
So break, 5-minute break? Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be a small break, guys. We will see you guys shortly.